Hello, I'm Jonasz Lewiński, and you're watching Break.
Hello and welcome to World News Tonight. My name's Don Arleth and these are the latest headlines. We start off in Belarus, where the U.S. State Department is asking its citizens to leave after it issued the highest level security advisory for the country. Then we'll move to Ukraine, where preparations for Independence Day are in full swing. Kiev's authorities have set up a special display ahead of the occasion. After that, we'll be looking at Japan. The Japanese government is set to start releasing wastewater from the Fukushima nuclear power plant. The U.S. State Department has cleared the sale of 96 Apache attack helicopters worth about $12 billion to Poland. The purchase would be one of several deals made to modernize the Polish armed forces, which is largely due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
These helicopters will soon be guarding the skies above Poland. They are the AH-64E Apache attack helicopters. The machines can be used to provide security to ground forces, fixed-based operations, and aerial escorts.
This contract will provide the Polish Army of 96 helicopters. Until they're delivered, the Army will train on 8 helicopters of this type lent to us by the U.S. Army.
The green light from the U.S. State Department came after the Polish Ministry of Defense sent a letter nearly a year ago to the U.S. government requesting to buy the Boeing-made helicopters for its armed forces. In addition to the helicopters, Poland is to receive radars and 1,844 AGM-11 4R2 Hellfire missiles, 460 JAGM air-to-surface missiles, and 508 Stinger anti-aircraft missiles.
NATO is stronger and more united than ever before. The United States has rallied like-minded countries around the globe to build a global coalition in response to Russia's horrific attack against Ukraine, a neighbor next door to Poland.
The Apache helicopters are only a part of the new investments of the Polish army. Only this year, Poland signed a deal worth roughly $4.75 billion to buy 250 M1A2 Abrams SEP V3 tanks from the U.S. and another deal for an unspecified amount of additional tanks in January worth $1.4 billion.
The U.S. Embassy in Minsk warned its citizens against traveling to Belarus and urged all citizens in the country to leave immediately. Washington categorized the country as a level 4 risk, the highest when it comes to security warnings. A similar warning was issued months before Russia invaded Ukraine in February of 2022.
As the number of Russian troops in Belarus has skyrocketed since Wagner's short-lived mutiny in June, tensions over another military conflict prompted the U.S. Embassy to ask Americans to leave Belarus.
Do not travel to Belarus due to Belarusian authorities' continued facilitation of Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine. U.S. citizens in Belarus should depart immediately. Consider departing via the remaining border crossings with Lithuania and Latvia or by plane.
Americans were also recommended to avoid traveling to Poland via Belarus. This comes after Lithuania closed 2 out of its 6 border crossings with Belarus, Tveresius and Sumskas. Vilnius made the decision despite Lithuanians expressing their disapproval.
We have relatives there, and for us, this is inconvenient.
As tensions mount over the Russian presence in Belarus, Lithuania hasn't been alone in its efforts to strengthen security measures. Poland announced 10,000 troops would be stationed on the Belarusian border. And it was not only the Wagner Group's relocation to Belarus which prompted Warsaw to make the decision. And while Poland is bracing for the worst military scenario, Latvia is battling illegal border crossings.
Another threat is the implementation of Vladimir Putin's announcement that Russian tactical nuclear weapons are to be transferred to the territory of Belarus. This is already happening, and we are watching it.
For the second time in 2 weeks, Latvian guards used firearms as 5 migrants from the Congo and Senegal attempted to enter Latvia. All of them were detained and returned to Belarus.
Ukraine is preparing to celebrate its Independence Day on Friday. This will be the second time it does so during the full-scale war. Our correspondent Mark Stil-Zelensky is in Ukraine. Marek, how are the preparations going so far?
Well, so preparations are in full swing in Kyiv, where a display of destroyed Russian tanks, destroyed Russian military equipment is placed on one of the main boulevards of the city. There are also modern Ukrainian tanks on display there. But other cities across Ukraine are also preparing for Independence Day, and so is Lutsk, with public events planned for Friday. And 2 days prior to the Independence Day, so today, Volodymyr Zelensky took part in the International Veterans Forum in Kyiv. And let's take a listen to what he said to Ukrainian veterans today there.
There would be no independence if it weren't for our warriors. All of our soldiers are at the heart of Ukrainian independence, and this is the first priority of the state policy, to provide our warriors with everything they need to fight, and everything they need to win.
So this is the second Independence Day that is being celebrated in Ukraine as the Russian invasion is undergoing. So more about the developments in the other parts of the country, so in eastern Ukraine, in this next report.
The now rusty and unusable death machines carry a message to Russia and the rest of the world. Ukrainian military prowess shouldn't be underestimated.
I want Russians to see what we can do to them. I am proud of the armed forces. Glory to Ukraine and glory to the heroes.
This year's Independence Day will see destroyed Russian forces not only in the streets of Kyiv, but across all of Ukraine as a result of the ongoing counteroffensive. On their southbound warpath, Ukrainian armed forces managed to take over the town of Robotyne in the Zaporizhia region, a potentially significant breakthrough. This recent success enables Kyiv to move closer to the Sea of Azov. To reach the sea, Ukrainian forces will have to push the Russians out of Tokmak, a major transportation hub. If successful, this move will split the invading forces into two groups. Despite Kyiv's advances on land, Russian forces still control the skies and seas. Moscow claims to have sunk another Ukrainian ship on the Black Sea with the use of one of their jet fighters, showing they still have a tight grip on the area. To guarantee the success of his armies, President Zelensky is continuing his diplomatic efforts in Europe. After visiting Sweden, the Netherlands and Denmark last week, Zelensky made his way to Athens, where he met with the Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis.
Greece will participate in the F-16 training for our pilots. I am grateful for your commitment, and thank you and your team for being ready to help us defend freedom.
While in Athens, Zelensky also met with Ursula von der Leyen to discuss funding for Ukrainian grain exports by the European Commission. Meanwhile, Russia got a taste of the feeling of terror that Ukrainians have to live with every day, as it was hit by yet another overnight drone strike.
I was woken up by a noise around 3 a.m. I went to shut the window and then checked if my wife and child were sleeping or not. Honestly, I'm more worried not about myself but my family. I'm thinking about taking them away somewhere for a while.
Moscow says that the drones are Ukrainian, but Kyiv is not claiming responsibility for the strikes.
The leaders of several Balkan countries have gathered in the Greek capital along with top EU officials to discuss the region's European future. The Ukrainian president is also attending the summit, as is Serbian President Alexander Vučić. The situation in the Balkans and the war in Ukraine were among the meeting's most pressing subjects.
The leaders of Balkan nations have met with EU leaders and Volodymyr Zelensky in the Greek capital of Athens. The situation in the Balkans and the war in Ukraine were among the meeting's most pressing subjects.
I said when it comes to the issue of territorial integrity, Serbia, unlike others, is sincere and supports the territorial integrity of Ukraine. It was a sincere, friendly conversation, and I hope that we will succeed in continuing to develop cooperation with a country that has never done Serbia any harm.
Serbia has repeatedly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine at the United Nations and other international forums. It has, however, refused to impose sanctions on Moscow, just like Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is another Balkan country.
And it's not in his interest to impose sanctions on Russia, because Serbia largely depends on Russian gas. Russia moved companies to Serbia.
The EU imposed massive and unprecedented sanctions against Russia in response to its invasion of Ukraine. European officials are closely watching the Balkan states' efforts to fulfill EU accession requirements. The Balkan Summit in Athens is not the first of its kind. The Balkan Summit in Athens is not the first that the Balkan states have attended.
That our opponents look at the Western Balkans as a geopolitical chessboard. Their goal is to drive a wedge between the Western Balkans and the rest of Europe.
Before coming to Greece, Serbian President Alexander Vučić met with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban in Budapest. They reviewed the economic and political relationship of the two countries, the integration of the Western Balkans with the EU, the possible stopping of the illegal migration, and mutual developments in the energy and infrastructure sectors.
Both Orban and Vučić, they have one thing in common, which is playing the West, which is using every Western vulnerability as a bargaining chip and blackmailing them.
Meanwhile, Hungarian President Katalin Novak visited Ukraine's westernmost Transcarpathia province on August 22nd. There, she met with local officials and the leaders of the Hungarian ethnic community. Every 10th resident of the region considers themselves a Transcarpathia Hungarian. The visit comes ahead of the third Crimean Platform Summit in Kyiv, to which Novak has been invited by Volodymyr Zelensky. The summit is to start in Kyiv on August 23rd.
The Balkans and the role of Russia. This is what we'll talk about with our guest, Besfert Recai, Professor of International Relations in Pristina. So please stay with us after the news. But now let's take a look at what else we have coming up in the program. The BRICS members are debating whether to expand their group to include countries like Argentina or Saudi Arabia. And finally, we'll take a look at Thailand, where the country's former prime minister was immediately jailed upon his return from a 15-year-long exile. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says that he may not be able to stop all the migrant boats ahead of the next general election, making short on his promise. The UK has seen an overall influx of illegal migrants into the country over the last 12 months.
Illegal migration is becoming a real threat to the UK. According to Home Office statistics, well over 18,000 illegal migrants have arrived in the UK since January 1st, 2023. While this is 13% less than during the same period last year, it is still a very concerning number. One of Rishi Sunak's main election promises was to stop the boats carrying illegal migrants from arriving in the UK, a feat now deemed impossible by the British PM.
I want it to be done as soon as possible, but I also want to be honest with people that it is a complex problem. There is not one simple solution, and that it can't be solved overnight, and I wouldn't be being straight with people if I said that was possible.
With more and more illegal migrants arriving in the UK daily, Sunak's plan to battle migration is becoming less and less effective.
Representatives from the BRICS Economic Group are gathering in South Africa for a summit where they will consider expanding the bloc. Some of the members are pushing to forge the group into a geopolitical rival of the G7. More than 20 countries have expressed interest in obtaining membership, with Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Indonesia among those keen on joining.
The BRICS summit is in full swing, with the main subject being the group's expansion.
South Africa and China have similar views with regard to the expansion of BRICS membership, and we look forward to the discussions that we are going to have with other BRICS leaders later today during our retreat.
But relations within BRICS are complicated, and finding common ground can prove to be difficult. Russia is experiencing growing isolation because of the war in Ukraine, and Vladimir Putin can attend the summit in person because of the arrest warrant the International Criminal Court issued for him.
Russia will try to cover this up with Sergei Lavrov, putting out Sergei Lavrov statements about how this is all NATO's fault, the West's fault, and how everybody loves Moscow. But in fact, this BRICS summit actually highlights the weakness rather than the strength of Moscow within this grouping at this point.
Two other members, India and China, have a simmering border conflict. While Beijing is locked in a rivalry with the United States, New Delhi itself has close ties with Washington. But China has a long-standing goal to expand BRICS, hoping to enhance the group's influence as it constitutes 40% of the world's population and a quarter of world's GDP.
It is in the interest of China, as they define it today, to build international initiatives that are not under the Western influence. However, that is easy to say, but more difficult to realize.
Whether the expansion will take place remains uncertain. Nevertheless, the bloc's commitment to represent the developing global south and to provide an alternative to the Western-led world seems to be gaining traction.
Japan will soon begin releasing over 1 million tons of radioactive water from the Fukushima nuclear power plant, implementing a plan that has faced strong criticism, particularly from China. The plan approved by the Japanese government 2 years ago as a crucial step towards decommissioning the plant is also opposed by local fishing groups who fear losing their livelihoods.
The water stored in those containers was originally used to cool reactors at the Fukushima plant after the 2011 meltdown. The volume of water is so large that it could pose a threat in the event of another earthquake. So Japan has decided to release it into the ocean.
It is expected to be August the 24th if weather and sea conditions are permitting.
After it is filtered, the water will contain only one radioactive element called tritium. Japan and the International Atomic Energy Agency assert that its release, however, is safe.
From my perspective, this is safe. It's what nuclear reactors have been doing for decades around the world. We have not seen any environmental or human health effects from these previous tritium releases.
Japan's fishermen, however, aren't convinced by the government's assurances.
I cannot approve of the release. If radioactive material is found in the catch, it will be attributed to the release of the treated water.
Some neighboring countries, including South Korea and China, have also expressed skepticism about its safety. Hong Kong has even announced it will curb seafood imports from Japan.
Over 80% of the local residents object to the Japanese discharge plan. That's why we urge for the Japanese government to consider our opinions.
But the decision has already been made, and over the course of next years, 1 million metric tons of water will be released.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has criticized Meta for blocking news about the wildfires raging in Canada. The omission is the company's reaction to Canadian legislation, which Meta found to be forceful. The lack of proper access to news frustrated thousands of Canadian evacuees and started another conflict between Meta and the state government.
It is so inconceivable.
This is how Justin Trudeau described Meta's decision to delete Canadian news from its platforms.
Right now, in an emergency situation, where up-to-date local information is more important than ever, Facebook's putting corporate profits ahead of people's safety, ahead of supporting quality local journalism.
Since the beginning of August, many Canadians have found themselves without a way to access local news on Facebook and Instagram. This is taking place just as Canada is faced with the worst wildfires in its modern history. So far, the fires have displaced thousands of people. Some experts say, however, that a decision like Meta's is needed for news agencies to survive.
Information created and provided by traditional media is spread widely through social networks. So traditional media are losing profits that would normally come with advertisements, etc. To provide those profits back, Canadian government came with the idea of compensation.
Google has decided to follow in Meta's footsteps and also plans to remove any Canadian news from its platforms by December, which is when the new law will take effect.
This is a private company that makes money. They try to make money through advertising. It's not a public broadcaster, it's not a charity.
Australia has gone through a similarly turbulent relationship with Facebook. In 2021, the country passed a law similar to Canada's and became the first country to enact such legislation. In response, Meta blocked the ability to share news links in Australia. Canberra, however, managed to reach an agreement with the American social media giant, and the ban was eventually lifted.
Thaksin Shinawatra, the former Prime Minister of Thailand, has returned home after 15 years in exile. He was jailed immediately after setting foot on Thai soil, as he was sentenced in absentia for abuse of power back in 2008.
After landing in Bangkok, Thaksin was granted a few moments to pay his respects to the portrait of the Thai king and queen and greet his supporters.
I'm delighted. I've been thinking about him all this time, no matter which land he's in, wherever he goes. I love only Thaksin and always have. I'm so glad that he's back.
Shortly after, he was taken away by authorities to begin serving his sentence. The former prime minister, now 74, is set to spend a total of 8 years in prison. He was charged in absentia with abuse of power in 2008, just 2 years after his government was toppled by the military in a coup, alleging corruption. Just before being convicted, Thaksin fled the country, spending the next 15 years abroad in self-imposed exile. So why did the former PM decide to come back now? Pheu Thai, the new incarnation of Thaksin's party, has just secured the position of prime minister for one of their own. Sreta Tavisin.
I will strive to perform my duties to the best of my abilities. I will forget fatigue and work towards elevating the lives of all my fellow Thai citizens.
This could lead to a pardon for Thaksin, freeing him from the sentence imposed on him 15 years ago.
The referendum in Ecuador concerning drilling for oil in the jungles of the Amazon has proved a resounding success for environmentalists. Over 60% of Ecuadorians voted in favor of the legislation that bans the controversial practice.
Today, the desire of the Ecuadorian people for a more just and cleaner country has triumphed.
We have scored a victory, a remarkable victory of 68% for yes to life, for yes to the forest, and a yes to nature.
The referendum concerned drilling in search for oil on the vast swaths of land occupied by rainforests.
To vote yes to Yasuni is to bet on the care and defense of life, of nature, of indigenous people, of the defenders of the jungle, the land, the water, the moors, and the air.
Searching for oil at any scale east of the Ecuadorian capital will from now on be considered illegal.
We are ready to fight head-on against climate change, which is sustained by the capitalist economic model that is destroying life on the planet.
Stopping deforestation has been on the agenda of multiple South American politicians. The trend that started in Brazil, with Lula taking the presidency, is slowly gaining traction among other nations that have the Amazon rainforest within their borders.
The Athletics World Championships in Budapest are coming to an end. Despite the United States having won most of the medals, they've been pushed out of the spotlight by one man with a history of making shady deals with the Russian Federation.
So far, the event has been dominated by Americans, who can proudly say they won 9 medals. Behind them are athletes from Spain and Ethiopia.
There are more than 2,100 athletes coming from over 200 countries. And just looking at the people who will be coming here to cheer on the athletes, there are more than 50,000 of them from 103 countries.
These were supposed to be the final championships under the leadership of the World Athletic President Sebastian Coe. This is him before the event.
I think we're going to have a championship that really is going to sit comfortably in this city. And I know that we're working with, I have to say it, one of the best local organising committees that it's been our privilege to work with.
His successor was supposed to be the former Ukrainian Soviet Olympian Sergei Bubka. However, the situation quickly changed once Russia invaded Ukraine. According to the latest reports, company of the former Pole vaulter used their facilities in the southeast of Ukraine to sell petrol, which in turn fuels the Russian tanks. The sportsman turned CEO represented the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991.
And now, here to discuss what we can expect from the Balkans EU summit in Greece and what influence Russia has over it is Besfort Recai, professor of international relations in Pristina. Hello, sir, and thank you for joining us on World News tonight.
Hello, sir, from Pristina. Nice to be here with you.
Excellent. Well, we have this Balkans EU summit in Greece, and I mean, briefly, what are the main issues of focus, if you will, at this summit?
Yes, thank you very much again. The summit comes at the 20th anniversary of the first symbolic, if we can say, summit of Thessaloniki that was held back in 2003 between European Union and Western Balkan countries that in effect set the stage and offered a European perspective for the Western Balkan countries and rest of the countries in Southeast Europe as well. And this is, from this perspective, this summit is very symbolic again. Although in 20 years from 2003 until now, we can actually see that only one country has been able to join the European Union, and I hope it doesn't take another 20 years for other countries to join the European Union. However, on the other side, the summit in Athens was more and signified much more than a multilateral meeting between the EU and Western Balkan countries, because it was more about meeting with the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, and showing him some support
Passive
from
income.
Western Balkan countries and together with the EU. So in this perspective, the summit culminated with a joint declaration that was issued at the end of the summit, which basically proclaimed and committed all the countries that they will support. Basically,
Nice.
what was most important was that to support the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. And if we see the constellation of the people and countries present there, we see some characteristics and some significant point that we can discuss here. Mainly, first of all, since I'm also from Kosovo, I will signify here first the presence of Kosovo there.
Okay.
Kosovo is not
I'm back.
a country that is recognized
Sorry for being
by Greece,
late, by the way.
as the host of the summit.
I had
So
to
this was
drive
very,
after work a lot.
significant for Kosovo
So,
and Prime Minister Kurti to be present there. On the other hand, we see
His name's Kurti. Dobre
Kosovo
večer.
and Serbia, and they
Kurti.
were represented there on equal footing, and they were.
There's a joke. Let me show you the joke. His last name is Kurti. If you switch the letters a little bit, you get Kurti, which means
territorial integrity. As well,
what I said in English?
The presence of Serbia was
hard. Like how a cock is hard. That's what it means.
From a perspective, because Serbia so far refuses to be clear on its stance in the war or Russian aggression
No,
war
it
against
doesn't.
Ukraine.
Precisely.
In a way, keeping more sort of neutral status, which is in
No,
the
it
current
doesn't.
situation, it's not a good
Like
position
hard,
for
but
a
like the
country
way
that
it appears is
purports-
hard. Specifically
purports
that one. I
to
don't think there's
become
an
in the
English
future
word for that
member of
one.
the European Union,
Hey, I made a
or a
DeSantis
country
flag
that,
too. It was on one of the streams.
receives
Wait, let me see if
so
yours
much
is better.
from the European Union, both in
By the way,
financial
let me put
aid
this
as
here.
well as in other.
Let me see if yours looks better.
relationships. Therefore,
Okay.
yes.
Well, and that's what I want to ask you is precisely that. You know, Serbian President Vučić has been flip-flopping over his
do I go
stance
here?
in Ukraine.
Erection?
Obviously,
No,
they're still
but there's-
aligned with Russia for military.
It's not a word for
economic,
erection.
reasons.
It's a word specifically
but then there
for
are, things like this joint declaration that the countries are backing Ukraine's territorial
for a
sovereignty. So first of all,
dick.
is that just playing both sides of the coin, if you will?
Yeah, I think Serbia has not been able or doesn't want to realize.
Oh,
that,
nice. Yours is
Serbia
better.
is not former Yugoslavia.
Wait, I'll have to show you what mine was.
In many terms, be it in its size of geography, in population, in terms of what economically it represents.
Yours
and
makes
in
it more
terms
visible. Let me show
specifically
you.
of geopolitical situation, because
I
the
need to
geopolitical situation
open
in Southeast Europe
vegan
is
farmers
totally
kill way more
different
animals than everyday farmers.
from
Are you
the
referring to like bugs and
situation
shit?
of former Yugoslavia and we know
Are you
how
referring to like
Yugoslavia
the insects or
flip-flop,
something?
as
No,
you
wait.
said it,
Even
and
that.
you use the
Would that
word
be true?
between
Stiff.
East and West,
I
and
think. Would you say
was
stiff?
part of and organized this non-aligned movement.
It's a word for that. But
Today,
it's a word for
Serbia
that
represents
specifically when
only
you refer to a dick.
a
So you wouldn't
small
say it's
part
like
of
a
former
stiff other part of
Yugoslavia,
the body or stiff
and in
something
this
else.
It does.
You would only use it for a dick.
Before we end, there's one last thing I'd like to ask you, and that's
Okay, here.
Again concerning President Vučić. Now, months ago,
Vučić.
he made it illegal for
Vučić.
Serbians to participate in the war
Vučić.
in Ukraine, especially to join the ranks of Wagner fighters. Tell me if you have some kind of idea of how popular is that decision in Serbia itself?
I think it's
How big
not
was this?
a very popular decision because there was a situation only a few months ago where Wagner was openly advertising in the streets of Belgrade their recruitment process, and Vučić just said that I don't have means and I don't have power how to deal with that and to stop that issue. So it's highly
Vučić acknowledged the fact he is useless.
People in Serbia feel sort of historical relationship with Russia, and in this regards they support majority support Wagner and its actions and deeds especially in Ukraine, where many fighters from Belgrade from Serbia has already joined there.
Right. Okay, well, we are out of time right now, but I thank you for your insight concerning the Balkans. I know it's a difficult area to look at as a whole, but thank
Mr.
you
Beast
very much.
and his fucking
Vesford Rečaj, Professor of International Relations in Pristina.
And
that's all the time we have on World
using
News
the
tonight.
flag
Thank
of
you
Georgia
for
as a
watching, and stay
state
with us for more
instead
on
of
TVP
Georgia the
World.
country. I thought that was funny. Man couldn't even figure out the proper one. Or at least I don't know how good his editors are, to be fair. I don't know how useful his editors are. I don't know who made the mistake of putting the wrong flag up there, but it was problematic. And then also the fact that Crimea is not seen as part of Ukraine. Ah, When organic fruits and vegetables are delivered by plane, they come with a box of bees and the bees die in the process? Wait, why would they be delivered with a box of bees? Why would anything be delivered with a box of bees? And also, why wouldn't a box of bees also be delivered with none? But also, organic is not really the same thing as vegan. I feel you're mixing up some of the terms around. You can be an organic farmer without being vegan, necessarily. Is Serbia even real? Unfortunately, I can attest to the fact it's still standing strong, okay? Listen, in an alternative reality, okay, where Biden came in much stronger, much faster, maybe asking the question of like, hi, is Serbia even real would actually be, kind of funny, because it wouldn't be. Maybe they would have bombed it out of existence. In this timeline, though, we failed. You get one chance. You get one chance to, kick out an imperialist shithole from the world, and we didn't get to do it. Mr. Beast probably has managers to manage the magnets managing his editor. All of it. BRICS, yeah, I'm terrified of BRICS. I'm terrified of BRICS. Sometimes I try to go to sleep at night and I remember BRICS exist and then I scream in terror forever. Just, dude, just imagine, look at them. Oh, look at how strong they are. No, was it yesterday's video? Did we see this yesterday? Ah, not fun, not fun, not fun. Also, kind of funny how Putin couldn't even go live to meet the BRICS people. He had to speak to them on video. There's something cute about it. I've seen this stupid ass video online of like when Putin starts his speech to the BRICS people and people in the audience are cheering, you know, and everyone's like, look at how much support Putin has, whoa! Bet you he had that much support, he would have been there. He would have been there, he wouldn't be hiding in his stupid ass bunker, he would have been there, he would have been present. He's not being present because he knows that the second he steps foot among his allies, they're going to talk about arresting him. He is not supported by anyone. Holy shit. We're supposed to watch a bunch of idiots screaming for him and pretending like that means he has any sort of real world support. Come the fuck on. Why wasn't he there then? Stroessner? I didn't know how much he had an influence on Croatian education. I don't know how much he had the influence. What did my man do? Apart from like being relatively important in Zagreb parts. Osijek! 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 What did you do to our education? Franjo Rački. Wow, there's a booklet entitled Religion and Nationality in Serbia, and a part of it is dedicated to Stroessner. Croatia has education, a little bit. A little bit. Of course we have education. We had plenty educated people. Like this man with a forehead. Thompson looking motherfucker. He was very educated. Okay, listen, he went to a gymnasium and then he graduated theology and then Catholic seminary. Come on. Very smart man, very well educated man. And this was like back in what it was, 1815, 100 years ago. We had better education than you did. Losers. We have more. We have the best education. Oh, Putin's digital voice went haywire. Bro. Okay, the pitch was changed. Wait, they artificially lowered it? Who's they? How the fuck? There must be a reason to do that deliberately. Because he sounds like a little pussy. He sounds like a little pussy. What's the other reason you need to have for this? He sounds like a little pussy-ass loser. President of the Bank of the BRICS is Dilma. The impeached Brazilian president. Yeah, oh, that one. Oh, fair. Now, look, Putin's in a good company, okay? I'm sure that him and his impeached friends and his other friends who like beating each other up with sticks, and then his other friends who he can't even see IRL because he's scared that they're gonna arrest him on sight. I'm sure Putin and all of his friends are going to, you know, kick the West out of power. I'm sure this is going to change the entire balance of the world. Can't wait for it. The West is crumbling and you're just looking at it. You're just looking at it to do so. Ridiculous. Oh, on a completely unrelated topic, European Union is preparing a long-term financial support plan for Ukraine, totaling more than 50 billion euros. 50 billion euros. Croatia also gave. I have to show you Croatia. I saved posts on Croatia. I saved these. You have to watch these because they're the best looking thing ever. But Croatia is giving help to Ukraine. We're doing good. We're doing something. Look at us. 30 million euros. 30 million euros. Come on. It doesn't seem too much if you come from big rich countries. In which case, what are you doing here? But for us, this is quite a lot, okay? I didn't know we had military aid worth that amount of money. I don't know what we have as military aid. I don't know how much of our aid is usable. The fact we have 30 million euros worth of usable military equipment, that's impressive. Okay, that's fucking impressive because we have been not given enough cash money into the defense sector at all. So, but we're doing great. We are doing great, and I'm very, very happy about this. Serbia, not so much. I am still salty about the way they talked about it, so I fucking need to remind you of that. The idea that Serbia has been walking on the fence and we don't know which side they support, it's not really true. They support Russia. They fully support Russia. When it comes to the supposed support of Ukraine, the only thing they're doing so far are things that their allies in the West will see. But if you look at what Vucic is saying, what his people are saying, where he is going, who he is meeting, who he is praising, it's very, very obvious on whose side he is. This isn't like some mysterious fucking situation where you look at a man and you're like, I wonder which faction in this war he would support. No, you know he supports Russia because he supports Russia. And because he says so, he quite openly says so. Hey, yo, Bratik, how's life going? Yeah, when it comes to demining, I scrolled down because of the demining comment. It reminds me that, I wanted to see a quote. Because we said that there's going to be big works on demining. I don't know if demining is a part of this current package or if demining is going to be happening later. But I'm still very, very happy about the fact that we are, helping in any way, especially with something this close to our own situation, right? Because the Ukrainian fight really is very, very similar to ours. So it makes sense to me that we are willing to help a lot and that we are willing to do a lot to help Ukraine win. I do hope we get more useful. And I do hope we go into this like fully balls deep, completely, completely, my man. But what I need to show you is this. Budanov's been talking about Crimea recently. And then what do we have? What did we have? What did we see? We saw this. We saw this. They sent a fucking drone to film them destroying a Russian S-400. There was a drone, a Ukrainian drone, just like chilling there, just filming this. And nothing happened to him. He was just there and he was just chilling there. Russia couldn't shoot down, couldn't figure out and then couldn't shoot down a drone chilling and waiting to be filming a destruction of a Russian military site. How fucking cool is that? How do you explain to your boss that a drone was flying over your super high-tech air defense system, filming it as it was hit by a missile it's supposed to be able to shoot down? Huh? I love it. I love it. I don't know how much of a hand in this. I know there were claims recently that like the locations of these systems were revealed. I don't know how much that had to do with anything. I'm very happy this happened. I hope he keeps on happening more. I hope we see more explosions like this. This is fucking great. This is just fucking great. Babok said 250k square kilometers are mined in Ukraine right now. That's 5 times the size of Croatia. Holy shit, 5 times the size of Croatia. And we had a fraction of Croatia here, and it took us like what? Bro, almost like 20 fucking years to fix. And it was a tiny little part, 5 times the size of Croatia. But also they're using really good ways to clear it out. I don't know if you've been following the sappers. Like I remember one of them a few days ago, he posted on Twitter about like a genius new way to look for mines, and basically the way is that they get heated up by the sun, right, during the day. So in evening, you can just look at the area, look at the thermal signature of the area, and you can figure out where the mines are, because they're going to be shining, basically, because they're heated up from the sun that's hitting them. So they would just be like sending drones up to take a bunch of videos and a bunch of images of it, and then based on that they would be knowing where the mines are and knowing how to take them out. It only works on some specific types of mines, of course. Still isn't a foolproof method, but the fact that they are able to do stuff like that really makes me hopeful. Look at this fucking loser though. How was BRICS meeting though? I just want to see how it was. I don't want to see this thing. Oh yeah, I don't know when I saw it. I think I saw it much more recent, so you probably only reached like English part of Twitter recently. I know it wasn't used here. Okay, I know we weren't in a situation to use something like that. So for me it's still very impressive. Still very fucking impressive. We did send some fancy ass mine clearing shits. I don't know if those were used. I haven't seen videos of them being used yet. What's the name of those Croatian ones? There's like, we have really good demining equipment, and we sent some vehicles, and they're supposed to be the best in the world, but it's Croatia saying that they are the best in the world. So never trust Croatia when it comes to that, okay? But in case they are the best, I would love to see them in action. Because I know there were guesses that they're going to be used as part of the counteroffensive, but I still haven't seen it talked about anywhere, really. BRICS to introduce a gold-backed currency and watch the entire world instantly buy it all up. BRICS? I very much doubt the world is gonna look at BRICS in any... how they say this? In any way that would imply trusting BRICS with our buying power. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, my dude. I think most of the world's gonna be like, hey, BRICS trying to introduce a new currency, Lamau fucking loses. And then there's gonna be like 5 oligarchs in total using the currency, and that's it. No one else will recognize it. And then it's just going to crumble. I would say that but look, my view of BRICS is, I think, a lot more negative than your view of BRICS is. Not really negative, more like hopeless. More like I don't see them ever achieving anything that they want to achieve. I don't think they're necessarily doing the teasing. I think they're doing a... how would you call the method? Pretending you know what you're doing. Think of like Putin. Think of Putin. You know how many times people have had fears that like Russia has some ultra super modern equipment that they're going to be dragging out of their garages every once in a while. So whenever like Ukraine has a new hit or something, there's a bunch of people being like, hey, no, you can't be hitting Moscow, because now Moscows are going to drag out the super ultra fancy tank 9000 and they're going to wipe you all out. Yeah, they have secret reserves, they have secret stashes. And then the secret stash never shows up. I think that teasing can be compared to teasing by BRICS when they claim they're going to be introducing a new currency. It's like, don't be mean to BRICS, don't be mean to BRICS. They're going to introduce a new currency and they're going to wipe down the entire system that we know now. And then they never do anything. and you know, China goes and beats India with a stick or whatever. Isn't very precise, it's just good for knowing if there's a big ass minefield here. Yeah, it seems really, really useful for that. Seems really, really useful for that. I do think that, you know, figuring the exact locations would still be hard. But I don't know, it's like, it's a very simple thing, but I feel like it's still quite fucking impressive that they're able to do something like that. If there are a couple of mines in the field, you can't be sure Ukrainian farmer won't get fucked in his tractor by fucking Ruski sapper asshole. Yeah. We had plenty of situations like that here. Like my father, he quit his job, because during his shift, one of his farmers, accidentally drove a tractor over a fucking mine. So, and this was like way after the war. This was like, it's 6 to 7 years after, something like that. The entirety of the field was supposed to already be demined, and it wasn't demined. There was just a mine there left. Super duper weapons, they just have 3 of them. Just like the Germans had a few King Tiger tanks at the end of World War II. Awesome tanks that would save them. Oh yeah, that too. I don't know how good Russia's super duper weapons are, to be fair. I think seeing their much praised equipment get blown the fuck out, I think it, yeah, and done doesn't really give me too many hopes. It seems it's less about the worth of the equipment and more about the worth of the people doing shit with the equipment. And I don't really think Russians have the ability nor want to properly train their soldiers. So it turns into a situation where, like, even if they had some super ultra duper tanks going around able to kill everything on sight, they would likely fail. Key to any alliance is to work together, be broadly aligned in your ideals, and like each other. Good luck with 5 countries who hate each other. That's true, yeah, that's true. Yeah, look, if one member of your alliance can't come to a fucking alliance summit, I think that says enough. You know, I think that's proof enough of what we are dealing with. Coin shared by Brazil, Argentina, China, South Africa, and Russia. India, by the crispy relation with China, don't accept it. US is trying to convince Modi to not accept the offer. US doing a good one. USA being like, bro, your economy is gonna go to shit. Come on, dude, chill the fuck down. Modi being like, no, actually, trust Putin.
Kind of asset class of here are some opening up emerging economies.
Yeah, but wouldn't it mean
Could be the future of
the durability is lacking?
over the last 15 years. That has been the case. It's been now we're getting to a point where the leaders are
Like there's a part of your training that is lacking. If your special forces get fucked in the ass.
That's the overall ambition, is that they could be as influential in terms of setting the rules of the game of the world economy as the G7 and the G20 and these other
What do you think was the most recent win for the Russian special forces?
kind of the economic linkages that they have. There's a lot of political tension between the different members. So, for example, there's tension between China and India.
Most recent. Most recent.
I think Beijing is increasingly frustrated with some of what's going on in Russia and the war in Ukraine. And South Africa, this much smaller member, is an important part for China, for saying, you know, we have relationships in Africa, and Africa is very important for China. But there are other members, and particularly Russia, didn't want to see South Africa joining the group. So yes, in terms of the big numbers and the macroeconomic picture, this is a really important.
When they still had the delusion of being able to pick their allies.
Simply by this economic forum, essentially, that they participate.
We're all neighbors and have very similar policies. Imagine 10 completely different countries around the world with very different economies trying to introduce a single currency. Yeah, it's like there's no chance this is gonna work. If for euro to be introduced, holy shit, you need to go through a whole process to have it introduced. Croatia couldn't have it introduced until last year. Despite the fact that we were parts of the European Union and from the start we were okay with introducing euro as a currency, we still were not able to get euro until very, very recently. And even now it's been a, quite a harsh switch. But luckily we have adapted to European Union standards, so we have been doing okay. But like to see that happen in these countries, I don't know. There's also news about battles where special forces of Russians win against the tribal amount of Ukrainian forces. Oh yeah, I wouldn't know, to be honest. I wouldn't know. Most of what I'm seeing about Russians is them on Telegram bitching about losing. To be completely fair with you. When it comes to battles where Russians are winning, I don't know if I've seen many. I know Sarah often mentions about them trying to push. But so far, I don't know what I would be seeing as the winning. Ukrainians are not superhuman, but the Ukrainians have a reason to fight for something. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It just, I think for losses, like, how to say it? There's a difference between Russia winning a battle, and there's a difference in Russia causing losses for the Ukrainian military, right? I have seen the reports on losses. I do follow quite a lot of people who post directly from the front line, people who will post about the identities of people who have been killed. I do follow sources on that. There definitely are humongous losses, not even just like losses as in people dying, but like the news about soldiers getting harmed come around very, very often. Constantly we are having new and new crowdfunding campaigns to help these soldiers heal and to help them be able to live their life again. So when it comes to being aware of losses, in that sort of a way, I do agree with that. I don't know if what we are seeing are losses as in like, oh, Russia actually won this battle and has now recaptured another part of the territory. Slavic people? Ha ha! And more Ukrainians and Navatniks from Narva, so-called Estonians, but Russians. Nice, holy shit. You're being invaded. You're being invaded. Ukraine had an opportunity to negotiate with Russia before the invasion, but the US forced Zelensky to not sit with Putin. Bullshit. Yeah, I've seen Kennedy make the claim. The claim is bullshit. I've seen him make a lot of claims. Lots of his claims were bullshit. The idea that Ukraine had an opportunity to negotiate with Russia before the invasion, how to say this? That's what the Minsks was supposed to be if you talk about a full-scale invasion. That's what the Minsks was supposed to be, and that's also what the Steinmeier formula is supposed to be. Zelensky signed the Steinmeier formula. It is not true to present it as like the idea that Zelensky was somehow stopped. But also like Zelensky had nothing to do with Minsks, because Minsks was signed way before. Zelensky signed the Steinmeier formula. Zelensky did sign it. Ukrainians were the ones who didn't want him to sign it. Ukrainians were the ones who have started protests against Zelensky, and with a very good reason, because they were aware that Russia is occupying their land and very likely killing people on the land. So Ukraine was like, no, we can't make any sort of pretend peace with Russia. They must be kicked out. They must be kicked out of Ukraine, and we must liberate our people, right? And Zelensky was like, let me sign the Steinmeier because I still think we could be trusting Russians. So it's not true he was pushed out of negotiations. It's like when people say that Boris Johnson stopped Zelensky from negotiating with Russia, also not true. lots of these claims are made by people who have like a minimal amount of knowledge about the situation. Kennedy being one of them, to be fair. No. They asked the development team of the new Stalker video game how the Ukraine war has affected them. Oh, wait, that is actually cute. That is actually amazing. Oh, Stalker developing team was amazing on the whole situation. The Talker, she goes. Oh, importance of Chernobyl's realism? That? Whoa. Didn't see the last 24-hour Russian losses numbers anymore. Oh shit, I missed that. It's better to fight separatists than with Russian army. Separatists were Russian army. Separatists were Russian paramilitary. Russia sent Girkin with his paramilitaries in order to take Crimea and eastern Ukraine. There were no separatists separate from Russian army. Girkin and his paramilitary were directly supplied by Russia. When they were getting shit like Buk missiles that they used to shoot down MH17. Like, Putin played a part in this. It wasn't about fighting separatists. If Ukraine continued to fight separatists, Russians would continue to spin the lie about these separatists being like actual Ukrainian citizens. They would continue to spin the line of Ukraine trying to genocide Russian-speaking parts of the country, right? So, you know, the idea of it being better, but there were no actual separatists organizing a war against Ukraine. There were Russian paramilitaries. There was Girkin. Let me see this.
Stalker fans have long awaited a new entry into the Stalker franchise, but their patience is finally paying off. Here to tell us about Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, is Yevgeny from GSC Game World. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I put a call out on Twitter asking what people want to know about Stalker 2, and you know, now the team is obviously dealing with the war in Ukraine. It's had a huge impact on development, not just for the game, but on the people working on it. So everybody wanted to know, how is the team, and then how are they feeling now that the game is out here for the public to play?
Well,
nice.
So the team feels very different. Mostly all of our team are Ukrainians who some of the team members left the country before the war starts because we realized that it may happen and we want to keep everyone safe. And our main motivation was to save everyone, so we were thinking we're gonna move everyone to the safe place and then we will decide what to do next. And we propose everyone to get their bags and travel. We have a plan. We prepared a plan long before this. We had a lot of buses standing with drivers 24 hours, 7 days per week, who were standing near the office. So in case that would happen at some point, everyone knows where to go to see it and to move.
Damn.
But that was the time when we realized that it's gonna happen just before it happens, and we had a chance to move a little bit earlier, and it so for me, I was already out of the country, and for me it was very different from how it felt with the guys who left there, and it's frightening. It's very frightening, but at some point when you are in this, when you're at war, so you're in country, the bomb can come and blow everything. At some point you become used to it and it become normal. So
yeah, I was just thinking, didn't some of them go to war?
Many of us, the normal is when bomb supply, it's okay. Someone died, it's not okay, but and it's totally different. And doing the game it helps a lot because we can focus on bringing something to this world, to bring some
Yeah,
art.
it's basically some of them chose to leave, some chose to stay.
That's what drives us and make us feel better and happy at some points, and it's helped everyone in our team to become stable and move forward. Some part of our team goes to the army to defend. That was their decision, so they just goes there day one. They don't have any fighting experience, but they want to stand there and to protect us, and we honor them, we love them for that, and it's super cool. But it's totally, it's...
Man, he wasn't expecting the question.
And it's something that we're gonna do for, I guess, all the life, because it's the best job ever. I can't find any job better than that. But the situation is very complicated. It's very simple from point of view that there is a bad guys, there is a good guys, and there is no way to feel it in some different way. And so for us it's very simple, but it's very frightening and not okay about that. It feels like okay already.
Nah.
Well, I can't even imagine.
Man, it's kinda sad he was so taken out by that question. I didn't expect that. Tate? Yeah, true. Tate also said that, he is... How was it? How was the thing? He is seducing women in order to get to fuck them, and then when he fucks them, he gets them into his cam business. But then also he doesn't believe that he has been doing sex trafficking using the lover boy method. So I think Tate may be a person with interesting ways to define good and bad. By interesting, I mean, when he says there are no good or bad guys, it's likely because he doesn't want to have to choose to figure out which label would fit him more. Great philosopher. Yes, the greatest we've had. Wait, I've seen a message up there. What happened in Crimea? I'll show you what happened in Crimea. This happened in Crimea. A big-ass explosion happened in Crimea. An S-400 air defense battery was destroyed by Ukrainian forces. Blown the fuck up. Budanov did tell us to pay attention to what's happening at Crimea. And, I didn't see that happen. I didn't see this at all. I thought we would have another hit at the fucking bridge. It's at this point I'm almost bored of the goddamn bridge. I don't know how you feel about the bridge, but I'm almost bored of the goddamn thing. It's just not falling down. It ain't happening. Okay, we need to figure out a new way to drop it, or just bomb the fuck out of Russians on Crimea and they will run away off the goddamn bridge like rats. What else? I'm not sure what destroyed it. I did save, I think I had another video saved on it. Wait, where am I on this one? Because I'm not too good with missile names and everything. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Wait, let me try to see. Crimea S-400. No, it says that they confirm. Ukrainian defense intelligence confirms it's been destroyed. Let me show you. That's what I'm seeing. I think it's a bastion. Bam! Confirms that a Russian S-400 complex and missiles installed on it was destroyed in occupied Ukrainian Crimea. Main Intelligence Directorate adds, given the limited number of such complexes in enemy's arsenal, this is a painful blow to the air defense system of the occupiers, which will have a serious impact on further events in the occupied Crimea. It also makes me think what else they're gonna be hitting, because this is a perfect time for now to, you know, to hit anything you want. Anything this shit was protecting, you can go and hit it. There's absolutely fucking military bases all around. Just go and hit it. Just let's go. Let's go. Mr. B is gonna change his maps. What a little bastard. Or what a little bastard though, but really. Just Are you sending leaders to help? Damn, that's fucking amazing. That is fucking amazing compared to the fact that plenty of our leaders have sent delegations to chill on Crimea. To chill there with Russians, as if Crimea belongs to them. You know, it's very interesting that you people have actually sent someone proper. If Ukraine can take out part of the S-400 defense system, it can do more deeper attacks on the infrastructure. Yes! This is gonna be great, like nothing is safe anymore. Whatever the S-400 was protecting, he isn't. He isn't. He's fucking gone, my dude. He is gone. Russians are not going to be sleeping well tonight. This is great. This is great. So, Lend-Lease of Mi-8 helicopter. Oh, the one with the pilot who surrendered. I haven't. I actually haven't. But yeah, there's the conversations. Where do I have it? Did I save it? I wanted to save it. Let me try to find it. Apparently, as a result of a very long mission, by the way, very, very long fucking mission, lasting a few months. Some people are saying 6, so other people are saying 8. I don't know which one it is. But as a result of this very, very long mission, Ukrainians have managed to get a Russian pilot to surrender his helicopter. They have managed to get him to surrender his helicopter. Apparently, from what I've seen in the report so far, the dude's family is in Ukraine already. So they're already safe. Now, I have seen differing reports on the crew of the helicopter. So some people are saying that the crew knew where they were going. And that they were basically just like alright with it. They didn't plan, but they were alright with it. But other people are claiming that the crew didn't know where they were going. Now, I did see people say that it's impossible to not know to such an extent. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of wonder what's going to be happening with the crew and with the pilot and with his family. I'm hoping they're all, you know, just safely somewhere. If the crew doesn't like being surrendered, we maybe exchange it for some Ukrainian soldiers and that's it. Nisam bila na Steamu danas uopće. They must have surrendered beforehand because he flew through a lot of anti-air on his way. Yeah, I've seen people say that if he didn't surrender beforehand, if this wasn't like pre-arranged, he would get blown the fuck up the second he tried to land. So they probably knew he was coming. They probably knew he was coming. Javili mi da nisi prihvatila stvarno. Kao, ej, Demi. Problem. Won't be sending weapons to Ukraine despite the US push for more support. When was this? February. Little loser. Yeah, I was trying to figure out which claim he made previously. It was that one. That Ukraine and NATO also share blame for the war. But he's also a neutral one. He's basically a Serb. He's basically a Serb. He's trying to be neutral. But he can't be neutral because he relies on everyone around him. So he's just trying to be a little bitch in everyone's side. Kharkiv is on border, so probably they didn't know if they didn't watch the navigational data. Also, you do think that they might have just been tricked. Man, I don't know. I actually, I genuinely don't know. I have no experiences. I don't know how possible it is to figure out stuff like that. I'm just hoping that the crew is treated well and, you know, if needed, exchanged for Ukrainians. Brazil is Russia's largest buyer of fertilizer. In 2019, Brazil spent roughly 1.9 billion on chemicals from Russia. Damn. If there's anything we have learned from this war is that Russians are really great at making extra fertilizer. So there might be a huge problem with the way this goes on. Alley of Angels. So far, what I know about the Alley of Angels is that it's mostly an online idea. I have seen different numbers presented to it. I mostly heard it mentioned by Serbians. I've heard people say that Alley of Angels counts 1,500 Ukrainian children victims of Ukrainians bombing Donbas. And I've seen it go all the way up to 8,000. So the numbers are quite interesting. I do know that every single claim from Alley of Angels I've seen so far has been going against the official data we have on the numbers of civilian casualties caused by the Russian invasion. That is what I know about it. 14 properties of Russian rocket tycoon. What? I don't think Ukrainians are killing children. I don't think Ukrainians are killing children. I think it's a Russian lie that they used as an excuse to go and do an invasion on their territory. In the same way they made up the same lies about Georgians in 2008 so they could go and kill Georgians. In the same way they made up lies about Chechens being Muslim extremists in 1990s so they could go and kill a bunch of Chechens. So yeah, that's how I see it. Russians have been doing lies like this for quite a while. Again, all of the claims that I've seen so far concerning the Alley of Angels go directly against confirmed data on the number of casualties. It's basically just numbers pulled out of someone's ass. That's what it is. Let me see this out. Czechia seizes assets of Russian Tactical Missiles Corporation CEO. Obnosov family's assets are estimated to amount to more than 100 million zg. Most of them are owned by Obnosov's son-in-law, Zorikov. Czech financial police seized 14 Zorikov's apartments in Prague's elite neighborhoods, as well as the assets of Zorikov's real estate agency, Riomax. Zorikov managed to transfer a stake in another Czech company, Altera, to his father before Czechia introduced sanctions against him. Yeah, Ukrainians didn't kill children of Donbas. Your opinion is based on a lie. So your opinion is stupid, but it is stupid because you're basing it on a lie. Zorikov has been a permanent resident of Czechia since at least June 2020. And according to some reports, he still lives in Prague. Good thing he's being sanctioned. Good thing. Take everything from him. I hope every single thing is taken away from this man. I hope everything he has is taken out. Hey though, I saved this video and then I saved another video and then I saved another one and then we also have to watch one on European politicians. Okay. Bro, it's 33 degrees outside. I just looked. Holy shit. It's saying partially sunny. If I look at the weather report, it's just like sun and then sun and then sun and then sun and there's nothing else. Just sun. This is disgusting. This should be fucking illegal. No, Russians were in the region. Do you not know about Girkin? Do you not know who Girkin is? Do you not know how Girkin and his paramilitaries crossed over the border? Which he himself admitted? Do you not know Girkin and his paramilitaries were, quoting his own words, hiding behind civilians? Russians were in the region. They shot down MH17. Who do you think shot down MH17? Like, what a ridiculous claim. What a fucking ridiculous claim. Russians invaded in 2014. Girkin and his troops invaded in 2014. That's it. Yeah, I kind of choose to call him Girkin because he wants to be called Strelkov. So I choose to call him Girkin just because, I don't know, it feels it feels like a little act of spitting in his face. Hunter Biden shot down MH17. I actually hear that Hunter Biden just kicked it down with his enormous cock. Ukrainian border guards control the border with Russia. No, they didn't. Girkin and his men went over. The fuck are you talking about? Dude, they had like actual fucking battles. The fuck are you talking about? What do you mean, how could someone get that? They actually fought Ukrainians in like actual battles as part of an actual war. What? Do you think a military invasion operates under the same rules as like normal civilians doing border crossings? You think Girkin like stopped at the border and showed his identification? And then the border guards nicely checked what he has in his vehicle, in his Lada, and they found nothing, and that's it? The fuck are you saying? What sort of questions are these?
Я не хочу об этом говорить.
А Владимир Соловьев смотрите?
Нет.
Соловьев.
Там передача, вот, знаете, да?
Блин, я вообще не интересуюсь политикой.
Tucker
А все
takes.
равно этого не избежать ведь. Как бы вы
No,
интересовались, не
true
интересовались,
though.
ну хотя бы вот скажите, готовы. Там...
Вы пугаете меня неизбежностью.
Boss, like, unironically, there's a part of me that's like genuinely offended by the fact people still don't know the basics about 2014. It's been a year at this point. Like, if you're willing to comment on the invasion now, you had more than a year of this war being on the front lines, right? No, it wasn't a fight against one person. The fuck are you saying? I literally told you Girkin led his paramilitaries to go and invade Ukraine. And you're like, so they fought against one person? When it isn't even what I've said. Are you what? Are you hard of listening? Is your brain not working properly? If you have issues with hearing, you may go and, like, I don't know, go check that out. But yeah, I'm personally offended by the fact that people are still imbeciles about 2014. I think when it comes to them not knowing about parts of the full-scale invasion, sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand you being stupid. There's been a lot of events. That one could have been missing. So I guess part of these, I understand why one would be missing. But when it comes to the basics of like 2014, I don't know. I don't see it. But yeah, we're going to watch XQZ again.
No. We are at the very center of Moscow. See right here on your screen Vladimir Solovyov, and he has a
Hey,
TV
Gustavo,
show,
how's life?
he said that
Нет высшей доблести и счастья для мужчины, чем жизнь отдать за родину, за товарищей своих.
I support Solovyov saying this.
Мальчик в армии, вы что, хотите, чтобы он пошел воевать и родину защищать? Нет, не для этого я сына растила.
are people ready to die in Ukraine?
He was going to say, what did you raise him for?
Что вот есть Владимир Соловьев, знаете такой.
What did you raise him for then?
Смотрите его передачу?
What's the point?
Ну, по праздникам или как? Что? Зачем включать?
Когда подал на его канал, смотрел телевизор раньше, когда было время смотреть телевизор.
Вот, и он недавно сказал в одном из своих
He
выпусков.
looks like a Solovyov watcher.
Умирать надо за родину, если она в опасности, а надо умирать. А мы вообще умирать за любовь.
Ага.
Это более толковая вещь. За любовь и своих родных.
За родину пока что не готова.
Это на третичном месте. Есть мать, есть супруга, есть ребенок и есть родина. Конечно.
On the third place.
Завтра отправят.
Сюда, пожалуйста.
А почему до сих пор?
А что там как бы? Меня никто не зовет там.
А родина это что такое вообще? Скажи.
Родина это мать родная, что там?
Мама?
Да.
Мы находимся в России.
Gustavo, I think the thing you're missing is the fact that plenty Russians are constantly drunk and incoherent.
Боюсь.
Like it's basically very familiar.
Владимир уже не боится, он высказывает, что нужно.
Владимир Соловьев, наверное, смелый человек, он не боится.
How can they constantly watch this man who is exactly the same as them and exactly expresses the same opinions as they hold?
Смотря что мы формулируем как родину, то есть для каждого человека родина это что-то свое.
How can he die for love? He has the idea of what it is, okay? He has the idea.
Для своей собственной родины жить, а не умереть, потому что живя, я, наверное, принесу больше пользы, чем если умру ради родины.
Можно вопрос, когда тебя поставят перед фактом, ты не знаешь, что сделаешь?
Завтра готовы умереть?
Нет, завтра еще на работе.
Fair.
Right now we're at the park called VDNH and it has a lot of Soviet Union logos. See right here. See at the top of this building it has a globe with Soviet Union logo. Interesting thing that it is a globe because communism was supposed to spread across the world. But it didn't succeed. Хорошая погода, правильно. Все хорошо тут. А вот умереть за родину вы готовы? А почему? Может,
He has the stance. He has the stance of a dude ready to die for the motherland.
Точно сказать. У нас не самые плохие условия.
Давайте вот в детали углубимся. Вы сказали, не хуже всех. Вот если по деталям. В чем именно мы лучше живем? В чем именно наравне?
Clown from The Simpsons? Yeah.
У нас все доступно. Мы можем себе позволить пойти купить поесть, одежду, и все остальное, автомобили, квартиры.
Если вас завтра призовут на Украину, вы, ну ладно, не завтра, но хотя бы время какое-то дадут. Вы как к этому отнесетесь?
Ну, буду в шоке, но куда деваться?
Ладно. Защищать родину?
Ну, конечно.
Нет, не согласен. Зачем умирать? Надо служить, а не умирать. Но это глупая пропаганда. Умирать не надо. Надо либо служить, если те, у кого есть предназначение к этому. А у кого нет к этому предназначения, не надо.
За родину, да.
А что такое родина?
Не умереть, а победить, скорее всего. Родина — это наша мама. То есть как ни крути, защищать надо.
А правительство?
Правительство мы сами любим. Это наше правительство. Не знаю.
Родина наша разве?
Ну, можно и так же.
Люди там, эти, правительство, это же наша родина, наверное.
Ну, можно и так отнестись. Но тоже и
What the
по-разному
fuck is
можно
that?
отнестись. И так, как вы говорите, то же самое.
В общем, вы согласны с мнением?
Конечно.
А вы вот готовы вот умереть за родину?
Ну, вообще-то я служил, я давал присягу.
Ладно, какой можете совет дать молодым людям, которые не хотят умирать за родину? У вас, кстати, написано здесь «Армия России», правильно?
Someone get
Иностранцы просто...
excuse to paint his hair red.
Был форум России, вот я просто был на нем и как бы поддерживал.
Look, the biggest evidence for the fact that the guys who are saying yes would run if you gave them the draft papers is the fact that the guys who have said yes could have already been volunteering. If a single one of these was actually genuine, they would have volunteered already. Because Russia fucking needs volunteers. It's not doing too well, my dudes. It's not doing too well, okay? They need volunteers. They need someone to help with the war effort. People are not exactly volunteering. Like at this point, if you're living in Russia and you're telling to yourself that you would die for the motherland, but you're not actively on the path to die for the motherland, you're lying. Otherwise, surrender.
Эту всю и военную операцию, и сами по себе военные силы
России, то есть и всегда
Raspberry.
как бы мы молодежи, что можно сказать? Молодежь, она либо должна пересмотреть свои устои,
Okay,
то
fair.
есть
Fair,
вернуться к
fair, fair.
истокам, посмотреть
Almighty
на свою
Putin
мать, на
knows
своих
when it's
сестер,
time for you to
дочерей,
serve.
и свои есть, конечно. Вот. А если сам по себе, ну а сам по себе, ну зачем нужен такой человек вообще в природе?
Какой совет все-таки дадите? Как замотивировать людей умирать за родину молодых?
А почему
It's
умирать?
DeSantis.
Отстаивать родину. И не обязательно умирать. Умирать можно... дело в том, что те люди, которые не пошли воевать и не хотят воевать, там куда в Грузию, еще куда-то дунули, просто-напросто они уже умерли. Это уже все. Это смерть. Он никто. Он сам по себе никак. Он убежал с родины. Он убежал от матери, от всего. То есть, ну, что с этим человеком делать? Он уже умер.
Ну, и мотивировать его не надо уже. Значит.
Его мотивировать не надо.
How he goes.
За родину мужик настоящий должен стоять и должен защищать родину.
See, why aren't you protecting it?
Ну как там получится, извиняюсь.
Come on.
Может, пуля дура.
Сами готовы, да, тоже умереть за родину, если придется?
Мне просто нога.
Zelensky couple drama? Oh yeah, his leg is sore.
8 лет. 8 лет сама погибали сама.
Them Billy Bombas.
Дети, что, не видишь, что ли?
Yes. 15,000 children, I hear. A Serb told me.
Которые не хотят идти умирать за родину. Как их мотивировать?
Не умирать надо за родину, а защищать родину надо.
А мы сейчас защищаем?
Мы, да. Мы как? Мы защищаем общие интересы наших
There has been
граждан.
no
Вот так.
attempted genocide
Люди жили спокойно.
of Russian children in Donbass. It is a lie that Ukraine had been shelling
Люди, по-моему,
civilians.
вокруг идут, они все довольны жизнью.
I'd go defend motherland, but I have a sore leg.
беспокоятся.
It reminds me, because like I have clips saved. I need to show you my clips. I have clips saved of Solovia, of the piece of shit. Check this out. It's the contrast. It's the contrast that matters. Russia did shell and kill some people in Donetsk today. They've been killing them since they started the goddamn invasion. Just fuck them. Fuck them for everything. Make every single Russian get fucked in the ass. Solovia is here. So when the first time they had a mobilization in Russia, first time when they had it happen, it was... this was his reaction. He was scared of getting drafted. Let me show this to you. Bro, Ukraine was not bombing civilians. Okay, it's a lie. They have been fighting the invaders that came to attack the land. I like how she says it. It's like she's making this difference between like them, the people who deserve to be drafted, and us, the people. It's like why would they draft us? Why would they draft us? We are the real people here. Why would they be drafting us? This isn't fair. We don't want to be cannon fodder. Go and draft them. Like, bro. Necessary bad? Imagine he is removed from Kremlin. What happens to the country that has 4,000 nuclear bombs? Would it be divided in 40 countries? The future leaders of that new countries would have to protocol to managing nukes. I feel like what happens to Putin and what happens to Russia should be, what's the word? Allowed to be chosen by the Russians in a way. That's basically how I'm seeing that. I think I'm not really a person with too strong opinions on that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to, should Putin remain in Kremlin to keep peace over Russian lands, or should he be removed so Russia can be allowed to balkanize? Personally, I don't care. I don't care too much. Whatever happens to Russia happens to Russia. I don't see the possibility of them actually using a nuke. I don't see the possibility of any of the new republics actually using a nuke. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they would be able to fucking get the protocol going well enough to use a nuke. I do have enough trust in USA to trust that they will be able to know if any sort of nuke usage is going to be prepared. Not like done. USA will know the second the Russians get the official approval to start preparing a nuke for a launch. USA will know, and USA will have the ability to immediately smoke the fuck out of every single Russian ass existing there. So I don't really see it as a danger, to be completely honest. I think that's my perspective mostly. Mate, there's videos, you don't... Making up your mind on videos is stupid. It's stupid for multiple reasons. One of them being the fact that most of the videos that you are mentioning are not videos... No, I can't. I'm just now talking to you about why making up your mind on videos is an imbecile thing to do. Listen, okay? First problem is that most of the videos you are watching are videos that have not been geolocated. You don't know when they have been filmed, you don't know where they have been filmed, you don't know who has been filming them, okay? This is going to turn into a situation that we had a few months ago when there was this video of like 2 Ukrainian soldiers stopping a civilian car. It doesn't matter that it's from YouTube. The fuck are you doing? Of 2 soldiers stopping a civilian car and then bullying people in the car because they were Russian speaking. You guys remember that? And then there was a huge drama over this fucking video, and then it turned out that the video was actually filmed in the occupied area, and it was filmed by Russians. Russian on, who was it? Foreign Ministry, I think, on Twitter. They officially shared this video, and then they had to delete it because they fell for a fake, right? So the first reason is that most of the videos that you have are not geolocated. You don't know where they have been filmed, you don't know when they have been filmed, you don't know who has been filming them, okay? Every single day, if you follow the situation properly, you will find several situations of videos being debunked. There was one just yesterday of Russians claiming that they managed to liberate a town. Liberate, of course, coming from their position, right? They claimed that they managed to take a part of a town in Ukraine, and the video was then later geolocated to actually be in the occupied area. It had nothing to do with the town that they were claiming that they are occupying, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these things, you see a video and you think that you have learned something, but you haven't. You don't know where the video is coming from. Making up your mind based on videos is an imbecile thing to do. That's the first reason why. The second reason why is that extremism exists on both sides in every single war. I had a conversation actually with a Croatian nationalist over this very recently, where the dude was trying very desperately to claim that Croatian military did no war crimes during the war that we had, the homeland war, right? Which is absolutely true. Like, I live in an area that has been destroyed by the war. We have had Serb forces and Croatian forces both doing fucking war crimes in the area. There are still Croatians who have either collaborated with Serbs or Croatians who came to liberate these parts from Serbs, and then they have used the opportunity to either rob a bunch of people or like... Let's say they did lots of rape. Let's say they did lots of rape, okay? So when it comes to extreme acts of violence, they will happen. It is a war, they will happen. The thing is that when you look at the situation fully, this is the case of an unjustified invasion on a neighboring country. What Russia is doing is an unjustified invasion. That is the only thing that matters currently. Every single crime committed as a result of this invasion is a crime to be blamed on Russia for invading in the first fucking place. They're the ones who sent Girkin there in the first place. They're the ones who started the invasion. They're the ones who started with attempting to annex the territories of Ukraine. There is no justification for this. There is no excuse for this. There is no way to look at the situation and to pretend as if Russia is doing anything that can be excused. What? Prigozhin? Mate, I wish. I wish. Well, I laugh when they talk about Ukraine's blows to the Donbass. It's because they're lying. It's because they're lying. Ukraine has not been shelling Donbass for 8 years. It's a lie. That's why I laugh. It's because it's a lie. It's a lie used by Russia as an excuse to go and invade Ukraine. Again, the same excuse they used to go and invade Georgia, the same excuse they used to go and invade Chechens. The same excuse they have been using for years. They lie that they are going there to save the people, and then they go and then they butcher them. Oh shit, flag! Yeah, wait, let me see. I have to open the chat. I have to open the big chat. Let me do this. Pray it works. I have to drag it out. I'm sorry. To the Russians in the world. Crazy inflation. Mafia's control of territories, selling of government businesses to oligarchs by $1. On the other side, Putin attacked Chechnya, Georgia backed up Yanukovych, Lukashenko to Kiev, and now made a full attack on Ukraine. Yeah. No, world recognition is not that Georgia started the war. You're talking about the European Union report, which doesn't say that Georgia started the war. I actually, from you saying that, I know for a fact you got your opinion from Twitter. I know for a fact, because that lie has been spreading on Twitter. I did read it. I did read the European Union investigation, which is what you are referring to. I did read it. I think it was specifically is point 36 of the report. It doesn't say that. Point 36 of the report says that you can't blame any side for the start of the war. It says that Georgia did not start the war by firing the first military shot, because their first shot has been a follow-up to months of aggression. They say that Russia has been training and sending soldiers over to Georgia under a false pretense that Georgia has been attempting to genocide Russian speakers in the country. Russia used the same excuse to go and butcher Georgians that they use now to go and butcher Ukrainians. And then another version of the same excuse was used to go and kill Chechens. Exactly the same thing. Just exactly the same. Russians backed up to North Ossetia. Yeah, they did send... I don't care what Spiegel wrote. The fuck are you doing? How are you always getting like very stupid sources on this? I don't give a shit what they wrote. Russia has been training and equipping soldiers. They've been doing the same thing they did in Ukraine. I don't know why you think I give a shit about what some random ass news article on it says. You can read the European Union investigation. It doesn't say Georgia started the war. You can read the official fucking investigation. It's available. PDFs are easily available. You haven't read it though, because you only read Twitter. Did I open my chatty? Did I open my chat? Let me open it this way. It's very, very slow. Oh damn, my twitch.tv is glitching by itself. I'm trying to open Twitch, because I need to open Twitch in order to be able to open chat, in order to be able to see the shit that is going on. So let me try here. Oh, look at him. Yeah, man, I would hope. TASS? 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 That would actually be huge if it's TASS. Oh, TASS! Okay. 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 I don't know how to feel about this. TASS is garbage, yeah. TASS is garbage, but TASS... You know what TASS is? TASS is a tabloid whose entire point of existence is repeating whatever Russia wants you to think. That is their only reason to exist, nothing else. It's just, oh, Putin wants you to think this, so, nice, it opened. I had to open it in like third browser for it to open. TASS is repeating whatever Russian officials want you to think, basically. Nothing else. TASS does no proper investigation. TASS does no proper research. The only... Holy shit. The only reason for you to watch Imperial Flag of Iran. The only reason for you to watch TASS, to read TASS, is very similar as the only valid reason for you to go and follow Solovyov, Simonyan, Skabayeva, Girkin himself, Navalny. The only reason why it's useful to watch them is to figure out what they want you to think, right? So, for example, when the invasion was starting, TASS at one point spread around the idea of bioweapon labs in Ukraine, right? There was no evidence for the bioweapon labs. The claim was fucking stupid. Russia even abandoned the goddamn claim because it was so stupid. But TASS was spreading it. TASS doesn't really spread it as like, oh, here's our investigation into this. TASS spreads it as being like, oh, the government officials are saying this. Government officials are saying that. Government officials say there are bioweapon labs in Ukraine, so government officials are saying that we have to go and we have to fight Ukraine because Ukraine is planning to use these bioweapons on us because they are meant to be attacking Russian blood specifically. That is what the government officials are saying. So they do no investigation, they do no questioning, they just repeat whatever Russian government wants you to think. So the fact they are reporting on this in this way, I don't know how I feel about it. Do we want to go full conspiracy? Utkin? Do we want to go full conspiracy and say that they have windowed him? Which things did he say that are not true? Full conspiracy, they windowed him and now claimed he's on the plane. Full conspiracy, again, the list of people on the plane, most of them are people who oppose the fucking regime. This is way too weird. This is way too fucking weird. The fact that TASS is reporting on this is way too weird. Hey, yo, Dino. Yeah, this is TASS. So the report is true. It was posted on TASS, but TASS is a Russian news source, so you don't want to trust it too much. Until we get proper confirmation, don't be too... don't be celebrating, you know what I mean? Don't be getting out the celebration beer yet. Okay? Be prepared for it. You got champagne somewhere? If you got champagne somewhere, be prepared to open the fuck up. My man, he may be dead. Holy shit. How weird is that? Think about your mother was true. or there is nobody on board and Wagner now becomes a secret hidden organization. Proper theory. It's a way to remove the most well-known person in Wagner. Grisha would know. Grisha! I have Grisha's stupid ass telegram somewhere. Grisha would know. Grisha knows this. Grisha, come on. Grisha, what did you write? Someone asked Grisha. What was this? No, this isn't about that, right? This is something else. Yeah, he's collecting cash money. Wait, no, down. Why can't they just go all the way down? Oh, he was in some newspaper. Second largest newspaper in Spain is writing about little fucker. He's live streaming. Bro. Emergency stream. Do you think Prigozhin's gone? BBC? BBC reported? BBC reported? Man, I don't know, I guess? Bro. Cause for Belarus to join the war? The fuck do you mean as cause for Belarus to join the war? You think this is gonna cause some shit to go down? Really? Going there was Prigozhin. Man, wait, I need to see the BBC report on this. No, he's gone. He's fucking gone. Dude, what the hell? Yeah. No, they're gonna quote TASS. Right? This breaking news story is being updated. Bro. Thompson's gonna be so fucking happy. Dude, I can't wait to watch the man. Oh, damn. Where's news now? Let me see. Yeah, same. I'm trying not to believe it. Man. The Mirror? Sky News? Okay, he's on the passenger list. Yeah, I wanted to comment on this. Wasn't he on, like, in Africa? What was with the Africa thing then? What was with Africa? Is he not in Africa? Sufferers didn't have a story. They're like... Oh, he appears in a place surrounded by desert and sand. Oh, bro, maybe he was just in Russia. Maybe that's just Russia. The NR forces shot RPG from a living building back in 2014. You can see a babushka minding her own business. Yeah, it's yesterday. Signal shift of operation to Africa, and then damn. Impossible. Aviation source. Impossible. Oh shit, Kaczynski treatment. I wanna say karma, but it's not really karma, right? Because Prigozhin at least was fucking Putin in the ass, so... Cold Coke Zero, thank you so much. We're having 30-degree weather. It's horrible. We'll be launching an investigation as soon as possible. This will be solved. Got an official investigation in Russia. you already know what they're gonna say. Ukrainian Nazis have used their Satanist superpowers and they have taken down the plane. I have seen it personally. Man. Wait, in the death of all 4 who were on board... Okay, it's also into Defender actually, so be sus about that. Didn't the last post say 10? Prigozhin was last seen in the West African nation of Mali a few days ago. Man, he may be fucking gone. What's this gonna do to Russia? What's this gonna do to Russia? Do we have some ideas? Man, I just want to be refreshing this. Fuck no, Aviation Source is the newest one. 1920. Okay, 3 minutes ago. Give me more. 38 in Bucharest. Are you okay? Holy shit. Holy shit. I hope you're alright, bro. My man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Semaphore? What semaphore? Daily Beast? Daily Beast? That doesn't sound too reliable. Maybe the old Stalin track, kill everyone. Haha. waiting for the kill everyone to reach you know, Putin himself. How's our kiddo doing? Let this be a bad dream. They're having a mental breakdown over that. Prigozhin, rip Bozo. Rest in peace. I know, Grisha's crying. His daddy war criminal got exploded. Dugina treatment. Man. Rosaviatia confirmed. Wait, they confirmed he was on board or they confirmed his name was among... The story is developing. I don't need that. I need to know if he's gone. Man, oh man, oh man. This is gonna be fucking great. Wait, how many supporters do we think Ruskies have? How many supporters do we think is it this one constantly going like no? No, it was just about the comments being posted. That was it. I was like, oh damn, maybe he has some more posts where I could be mocking this. Wagner was old news. In a way, yeah. They definitely were not as influential as they were before. Absolutely. I do still think they have... There's apparently a link. Wait, let me send it to myself. Give me a second. There's apparently a link someone said in Grisha's that suggests he was on a different plane. Let me see the link. Mail online. Man sends a message in Grisha's chat. Let me read you the message. This suggests that it's possible he was on a different plane. Okay? And then you click on the link that he claims suggests it's possible he was on a different plane, and the link is like, jet-carrying warlord falls from the sky north of Moscow 2 months after failed coup. What here suggests to you he was on a different plane? What in the world? It was initially unknown if Prigozhin was on board, but it has since been reported that he was and has been killed. What do I tell you guys? Rip Prigozhin. You suck. Ooh. fuck do I want to see the clip? Am I interested in the clips? Am I scared of seeing the clip? How bad is it? What do I see? Grisha Pelmandiu, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It hurts to not be able. No wait, Skada banned me, not Grisha. This is actually, this is what I would tell to you now too. Guys, don't be sad because Prigozhin is gone. Be happy because this plane crash happened. Yeah, I was banned in Skadas. Now that I think about why were you banned on Grisha's? Holy shit, nice. Got blocked by Make Wallace. What did you do? What did you tell to him? Man went from Z to Z. Oh, bro, the memes. Bro, the memes. Man, the memes are gonna be so good. Man, oh man, this is gonna be fucking great. Let me see if I can find something not too gory. Video. Plane crash. Let me just do that. Where was it? I'm seeing Gerashenko post this. It's not gory, okay, Prigozhin. Fucking rip. Yeah, see, this one says 10 people died, but the other one said 4, so that's weird.
Самолет. Блядь, и куда он падает?
Wait, I need to make him show up. I need to refresh the fucker. So I Google Asimov and then it's the video of him actually tumbling down to his death.
I'm very glad to see this.
Fucking rip. Is this gonna be gory? Bro. What happens to Wagner's? Two possibilities. Bad possibility. They get controlled by someone who is way more likely to bend over and suck off Russian military leaders, which means Wagnerites will get sent to fight against Ukraine. Not really what we want to see, but I think the worst possibility is them being used, you know, in the war. Best possibility, but we're talking about Russia. Best possibility I can think of right now is them rebelling and going to burn Moscow to the ground. I don't really think it's gonna happen though, but. Look, I can be hopeful. I can be hopeful, okay? I can have some sort of trust in Russians sometimes, okay, my dude? ABC News, The Star, Nigeria, News 18, Politico. Whoa. Medusa, Moscow Times. Well, let me search for Utkin. Yes! Then kill this private jet linked to Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin crashes in Russia. Medusa, it depends how you define comedy. because they do have some okay reports. I don't know how much you have followed Medusa. They're as comedic as any Russian opposition is comedic, you know? It's like they're trying. Sometimes they're trying, but sometimes you look at them and you're like, damn. Damn. Medusa is quoting Russia's Federal Air Transport Agency. There's two videos. There's this one. Wait, we haven't seen this one, or? Bro. Oh yeah, we do have the visual confirmation on... no, you can't speak on Russian here. We speak English. There is visual confirmation of the plane crash.
Пиздец, это беспилотник. Сбили, бабахнуло в 2 раза, взорвалось, падает.
But you know how it is. Never trust a source until it has been properly geolocated and confirmed. So yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Где, блядь, бабахнет? Куда упал? Вон тут куски летят.
Ukraine is okay. Yeah, Ukraine is acceptable.
Где-то, блядь, упал. Хуя дым пошел какой. А там вон куски летят еще. Смотри, какой клуб. Поднимается. Пиздец. Меня аж трясет.
Rip Prigozhin? Ah, a journalist and celebrity, Ksenia Sobchak. Oh, according to Grey Zone, the aircraft was shot down by Russian air defense forces. Oh, impossible. Impossible, my dudes, this is like... Oh, no. No. Impossible. No, wait, I'm scared I'm gonna say something not safe for work. Okay. Impossible. They shut down Prigozhin thinking it was a Ukrainian drone. Man, impossible. Yeah, he's claiming it was shot down by air defense fire from the Russian Defense Ministry. No chance. Come on, no chance. No, you know what I feel like? You know what I feel like? Remember when Prigozhin was holding the little coup thing? And then we were all like, damn, Prigozhin's trying to overtake Moscow, whoa. And then you feel that little tinge of a hype deep inside your soul. You're like, whoa. And then, you know, few hours pass and you have to remind yourself that Russians are fucking useless. And that you should never allow yourself to feel any hope from their sources. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like, my heart is happy, but my brain is like, Vicky, wait. Vicky, wait until we see the fucking funeral service video. Wait. Girkin or Putla next? Girkin is in prison. Oh. Nothing's gonna happen to Girkin, I think. Nothing's gonna happen to Girkin the same way nothing's gonna happen to Navalny. Keeping them in prison is more valuable than getting rid of him. Because if you get rid of him, the opposition, both the, you know, action nationalistic opposition and the, what's the word? Progressives, liberals, whatever the fuck, right? The opposition has a leader right now. Like, Team Navalny has Navalny as the leader, right? Keeping him alive ensures that they have a leader, and here's the leader. And he's alive, and he's in prison. So they don't do shit because the leader is alive. He is in prison, but he still leads. even though he can't really lead, so they stay wordless. For Girkin, it could be the same thing, where like keeping him in prison, it ensures he's not gonna be too productive out there in the real world, plus it ensures that all people who see him as the hero are not going to be productive either, because they're going to wait for him to do or say something, and he won't be able to because he's in prison. I don't think Girkin is gonna go down. Prigozhin going down though, man. Man. Yeah, there was a video of him in Africa, supposedly. That's true. I don't know what was up with that. I had it saved somewhere. I had one of the articles opened on it. Who the hell knows? I think I closed it ever since. But it was the one... He didn't say he was in Africa, technically, so I assume he could have just been anywhere. But, at the same time, he did want people to think he's in Africa, I guess. There's a possibility he was there. Wait, what is this? Oh yeah, there is a video of bodies. There is a video of bodies, but what I will tell you is that from the video you will gain nothing. So, seat woman ready for him? 112, but oh, I think it's just is it a Telegram channel thing? Or where does it come from? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I saw it on plenty of videos. I just assumed it's like a Telegram thing that they paste onto them. It had to have had English a catastrophic failure to happen to the plane. This all assumes it's a legit video. There is... Grayzone did say that he was shot down by Russian air defense.
To see this.
Grayzone does claim Russian air defense did it. Is there more news on it? Yeah, again, Grayzone. Recall that the plane was shot down in the sky over the Tver region by air defense forces of the Russian Defense Ministry. Also, to be fair, also listen. Grayzone is not a good source. So everything they say, take it with a grain of salt. This does seem like a likely explanation. The second private aircraft owned by Prigozhin, with the number after the shooting down of another aircraft of Evgeny Prigozhin, is currently cruising in the sky over Moscow. Dude, it's going to turn out he was in this one and not the other one. It's going to be uncovered he was in this one all the time. Both engines would need to fail for the plane to crash. You're more likely to win the lottery than die in an accidental plane crash. Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Wait. Light out in the video? The one of it... These ones? Oh wait, sunset in Moscow 2 hours ago. Sunset in Moscow 2 hours ago? What's the time in Moscow now? How do time zones work? Wasn't there like a map of sunsets and sunrises globally? Oh yeah, so Moscow is what, 1 hour in front of us. (7:47) was sunset. Minus 1 hour. When was this first reported? No, I like the pretty maps. Fuck off. When was this first reported? Also, I like knowing when it was first reported, so I know when I need to be starting to party, my dude. Half an hour. Let's say half an hour. Yeah, me. A bit dark in video if true. I would guess. They are like eh. Who's nearby? What's the weather? It will be dark in 20 minutes. Huh. Bro, now I'm scared he's gonna be on the second fucking plane. Surrounded by the most unlucky people in the world. Bug Susie. Fucking Bug Susie. Impossible. No, I can't believe in this. I am not allowing myself to believe in this. Moscow skyline? Damn, I can look at the Moscow skyline. Can I set it back half an hour ago? Grisha's reactions, where's my man? Am I not seeing his chat anymore? Did he stop streaming? Did he go away? Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He left. Well, that's fair. Well, that's fair. New roller coaster called Prigozhin. His hero died, bro. His hero fucking died. My man. Man, Grisha's gonna be had by this shit. He's not making posts on this. I wanted to see him post on this. He's saying nothing. He would be, if there's a way for Prigozhin to be alive, Grisha knows about this. Okay? If there's a way for Prigozhin to have stayed, you will learn about it from Grisha. He absolutely fucking knows. I'm sure his mother already like got the... I don't even know what sort of sources she has on this shit, but I'm absolutely certain that she figured out how to get the information on this immediately. I'm looking at the Eddie comments on it, and I'm seeing nothing too hopeful. So like currently I'm GG. Long nap now. Holy shit, my man! No, I can't fucking believe this. Man. Well, let me see. Plane Explosion was a movie. It was a Hollywood movie. It was a Hollywood movie. True. There's another video. No, wait, did we see this one? Grisha's mom? Yeah, yo, wizard. He gone. Impossible. Bro. Wagner Telegram groups and happy with Priggy situation. Wait, are you a part of some of them? I just have Grisha's in my search history. Uh-huh. John Sweeney made a post on it. Yeah, all little Wagner rats now, wondering where they have to go. Shit, my man. Yeah, Prigo may be gone. Don't get too hopeful.
5 of Russia's war against Ukraine update. Yevgeny Prigozhin is dead. He was in a plane. It crashed in Russia.
Impossible.
I'm afraid to say I predicted this. I predicted that If I was Yevgeny Prigozhin, he's the leader of the failed mutiny against Vladimir Putin, which happened earlier this summer. But if I was him, I wouldn't go near a window. I wouldn't drink the wrong kind of tea, and I wouldn't get in an aircraft.
What do you think Z has to do with
those
it?
things, and now he's dead.
Snow White and the Seven Not Dwarfs.
And my first response when I heard the news was to laugh my fucking head off, because you get Yevgeny Prigozhin and the Wagnerites are responsible for war crime after war crime after war crime. They're responsible for a whole series of barbarous acts, cruel beyond belief. The other day there was a Ukrainian prisoner of war who had lost both his arms, and he'd been captured by the Wagnerites, and effectively they let his arms rot.
Oh shit, I saw this.
And what they did to this poor man was they used amputation as a form of torture. Prigozhin was a crook and a cheat.
And now he's gone. Hopefully.
He ran the bot farms that helped Donald Trump win the 2016 election. And
One of North Korean military attaches wanted to off himself? What?
Us get Brexit.
What?
And now he's dead. By the way, this isn't by any means the first person who is critical of Vladimir Putin to die in a plane crash. I'm thinking of General Lebed. I'm also thinking of a journalist, Artyom Borovik, who also thought that Putin might have been a paedophile. They died in plane crashes. And now it's Prigozhin's turn. It tells you one more time that Vladimir Putin is not a man you can negotiate with. He's a serial killer. Vladimir Putin.
Nice. Strong claim. Strong claim, but I support it. I support it. But yeah, there's like, I think there's 5 different videos I'm seeing so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 different videos. I don't see anything new on this, so we will have to wait a little bit. And by wait, I mean we will have to wait for Thompson to start his party stream. 5. Okay, 5. I liked. Nah, this one may be the same as the other ones. But yeah. Also, I'm seeing pro-Russian people already report on this as if it's a good thing, so that's kind of cute. Prigozhin would take suicide with 5 bullets in the back. Bro. I did assume that it was dangerous for him to be around, but I just kind of thought that he's gonna go to Africa. It's weird to me from the position of like, man, I'm still kind of, part of me still expects that they're gonna uncover he was on the second plane. Come on, Grayson. Come on, Grayson, give us some news. Because he was a useful ally in Africa, was he not? Fuck, can I click on this? I'm gonna see some. Wait, this was about a second plane. What was this one? One of the private planes belonging to Prigozhin disappeared from the radar at 6:20. The dispatchers tried to contact the crew, but to no avail, after which the air traffic controllers notified the RF Ministry of Defense and air defense units about the incident. This version coincides with the one that can be seen on the video, and based on the words, it's obvious. 2 gaps in the characteristic air defense and contrails in the sky. With a high degree of probability, the version with a terrorist attack disappears, in view of the fact that there was no destruction of the aircraft structure in the air. Today is exactly 2 months since the March of Justice? March of Justice? Is that how they call Prigozhin's little coup attempt? Is that what it was? March in Moscow, it is. March of Justice. Damn, fair. Okay. But like, I'm weirded out by this. He would be so fucking useful in Africa. His people liked to go to Africa to kill people there. Why the fuck would you get rid of a man you can just send to other countries to do your bloody work for you. Why would you do that? I don't see the benefit of getting rid of him. Video is unconfirmed. Yeah, there's so far there's 4 different videos, maybe 5. I'm not sure if 2 of them are the same one. But so far there's 4 or 5 different videos. One of them, and I'm praying that I don't see it. Okay, here on the stream, because I am watching them in another tab. I'm following the updates, but one of them shows the bodies. So we will still have to wait for the entirety of the news to come out and for the investigation to happen, of course. But there's the first graphic videos from the plane crash. So how to say this? Unless this is an attempt by a few people to fake the accident, it seems relatively realistic, my dude. But also, again, never trust Russians. Okay, never trust Russians. It's gonna turn out that he like just put his name on the passenger list to trick us, and now he's still alive and he's still walking around in Africa or something. Never trust Russians. Until you see his funeral happen, don't trust them, and even then, don't trust them. Fuck Africa. The moment you make a movement against Kremlin, enjoy each day like it was the last. Yeah, okay, that too. He did. That too. That actually plays into the fact that I'm seeing plenty pro-Russian people on Twitter celebrating this, being like, hey, this was Putin's revenge. A smart man fears Putin. Shit like that. It makes sense that Putin would value the illusion of his power more than actually getting power in Africa. It would make sense. He is not really the smartest person when it comes to strategic decisions. Clearly lacks parts of the wings on fire and a flat stall. Looks like the cabin part is whole, so not likely a bomb, unless there is holes somewhere we can't see. Shit, wait, so for the falling one, are you thinking of this one?
Самолет. Блять, и куда он падает-то? Бля. Сука. Тихо. Тихо.
Man, I'm probably stupid, I don't see shit. Dumb as rocks, my dude. Dumb as rocks. Is this the same one? Their coffin is worth like 30 million. Hinkle, already blaming America. Is he? What an idiot. What an idiot. Though hot take, go and block Hinkle. Yeah. Block Hinkle, he's getting money. Every single time you respond to Hinkle, he gets money. You quote tweet him to mock him for being stupid, he gets money. You link his tweet for other people to see so they can go and bully him, he gets money. He gets engagement money. He has been saying very stupid things lately, in big part because he gets money. He directly earns from every sort of interaction you have with him on Twitter. So block the dude to starve him out. We're gonna do the, cream strategy on him and just starve him out until he has to run away like a rat. Screenshot the tweet and make fun of him. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. Don't quote tweet. Don't respond to the actual tweet. You must starve him out of attention. It's kind of what's happening to Tucker too recently, but it kind of, I think Tucker is a bit worse with poking into people. So for him, it looks even more dramatic because Tucker used to have a lot of viewers when he still had a show around. Now he barely gets anything. He barely gets anything. When it comes to like the amount of likes that he has compared to views, it's ridiculous. His engagement is ridiculously low. It's very obvious that his videos are being pushed by the algorithm, right? So Prigo could be on the way to Tahiti, drinking margaritas. Could be. And never trust a Russian. Never trust a Russian, okay? That's one thing you have to remember. Never trust a Russian. Never trust their sources, never trust their people, never trust their news. Where am I? Curious. Man, this is now impossible though. Oh, this is fucking great. When you think about it, the best piece of news you could have gotten, come on. Come on, come on. I'm scared. Whenever I refresh, I'm scared I'm going to see news about him actually being alive. Here we go, point to him. Where am I? And little Shogu is like, right here. Meme dog died, now the prostate man too. What a crazy time we live in. To be fair, meme dog was a more...
To see this.
Meme dog was a more of a benefit to the world. Okay, meme dog actually did lots of good things. Meme dog actually was worth of the oxygen intake.
To see this.
Okay, look at this little bitch. Look at this little bitch. A goddamn war criminal. No one's gonna miss him. No one is going to be missing this little man.
I'm very glad to see this.
Plus helicopter minus Prigozhin. It will get worse. Man, yeah. From selling hot dogs in a brothel to the Wagner's boss. I think it's possible he's right now in Fiji or Aruba. I am definitely receptive to ideas that Prigozhin has faked the whole thing. He wouldn't be the first war criminal to do something like that. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be the first one to cheat his way out of prison by faking his death and going somewhere around. I do hope that did not happen, but you never know. It is true. You can never know. Like even when it comes to Arkan, my dude, there's still conspiracies about Arkan being alive somewhere, and we can't know if he is or not, right? We can't know because like how the fuck do you track a war criminal like that? In the same way, how the fuck do you track Prigozhin? Have you seen the wigs he has? Next time you walk on the street, listen to me, next time you walk on the street, if you see a particularly ugly, sort of woman-like looking creature, okay? Try to figure out if it's Prigozhin, it may be him. Just try to figure it out. He has some ridiculous fucking wigs. But also he has a ridiculous face. I'm pretty sure he would be like easily recognized from a mile apart. Where's my thing with these? Let's all come together and pray. Almighty Lord in heaven. Please put Prigozhin in the zipped file next. Oh nice, Dimitri is bringing us tiers of Vatnik Telegram channels, by the way. Wagner Telegram channels, let's go. I never belonged to the circle of admirers of Strelkov. I never approved of his pessimism. He always unequivocally condemned Prigozhin's rebellion. But what has been done today is more terrible and more dangerous than this rebellion. Strelkov turned out to be a complete optimist. Catastrophe is inevitable. No one can avoid war. Yeah, it is too late to pray for Russia. Our path towards a chance to survive will go right through purgatory. It's too late to whine and complain. By the way, the guys are partially right. 24th February 2022 was just a walk compared to where we were brought with such actions. Oh, me. Consequences of his death, the Wagner could revolt against Putin. When it comes to the question of Wagner revolting, I will again repeat, never trust a Russian. Whenever your brain's like, maybe Russians will now protest, kill that idea, destroy that idea within yourself. Never have trust in them, okay? You have reports from, they started the invasion in February, right? When they started the full-scale invasion in fucking February, if you scroll far enough down on Twitter, you will find Russian propagandists fighting between each other on one of their propaganda shows. Specifically, it was the one with the glasses, the like skinny one, the first one I've seen do that. I don't know his name. I've never actually found who he is. But go back to February last year when they started the invasion, right? Their propagandists were fighting between each other about how slowly the advance to Kyiv was going. What you will find is plenty of comments being like, wow, Russian society is finally waking up. Are they going to start a revolution against Putin? Is his time finally over? And what we have learned is that it was not. It was not. And every once in a while, every few days, weeks, months, depending on how Russia is doing, you will get another clip of Russians fighting between each other. You will get a clip of their citizens saying something relatively smart or whatever, right? And your brain's gonna go, are they going to start a revolution? And the answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is until you see 100,000 people on the square in Moscow demanding Putin to be thrown out, don't trust in the idea of a revolution in Moscow. It is not going to happen. We keep on having more trust in the Russians than like Russians have. I feel they could be making money in Africa if Prigozhin was alive too. I don't know what was the point of him being gotten rid of. Opening my expensive kibble. It's not yet clear whether the hero of Russia, Yevgeny Viktorovich Prigozhin, was on board, but if he was, then pack your belongings. We do not need this war. Nice. Nice. Oh, extraordinary council is being held in Wagner. Is that why Grisha stopped the stream? Do you think he was invited? Do you think his mom is driving him? You just fuck. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. There's a geolocation. Ukrainians right now. Man, fucking impossible. Nice though. Nice. True. For reals. If Wagner gets a new leader, again, like, I wonder if they're going to pick a leader. Do they even get to pick their own leaders? Would Russia appoint them? How does one choose the leader of Wagner? I wonder if they are going to be led by someone friendly with Russian Ministry of Defense, who is then going to be sending Wagnerites to die in Ukraine, or if they are going to be actually honoring the memory of Prigozhin being a little rebel boy, and then they might start another march to Moscow. I think the other option is very unlikely. A tiny part of me really wants to hope. You support Grisha? I support Grisha too. He seems rather questionable with his ability to understand complex situations. He would be a great leader of a war criminal paramilitary. They would all be dead in like a week. Is Prigozhin dead? We can hope. Ma FSB of the Russian Federation received the task to kill Prigozhin. In told Azars and Hearts of Iron 4 he will take over the world. Oh shit, yeah, that too. Okay, fair. I have forgotten about his gaming expertise. I completely slipped my mind of that. What is this? No official statements? That's true. That is true. I'm waiting for official statements. What? Kursk? Arepa Bozo. Who the fuck cares about him? Whoa. Okay, another one. Where's your nerds in chat? Where's nerds in chat? What do you think about this one? This one's different than the other one. Yeah, this is different from the other one. The fire is war. Man, I can't believe he would be gone. Oh shit, no. Definitely not a bomb. Right wing of the plane was missing. Oh, you were tabbed out. This one. Wait, let me show you the link so you can like zoom it in if you want to. The Russian air defense can't take out Ukrainian drones, but they can take out failed Q attempts. Man! Come on the list of like news from Russia coming today, did you expect to see something like this? Holy shit. I thought the Crimea explosion was the best thing we're gonna get. S-400 getting blown to pieces. And now this is like Christmas? This is like fucking Christmas? What's next? Moscow? Bro, if Moscow burns tonight, holy shit, my heart's gonna give out. Oh, engines on fire. Suggest force from outside, not inside. Damn. Man, what are you watching? It's a video of a private plane owned by Yevgeny Prigozhin crashing in Russia about an hour ago, actually, about an hour ago. Very likely that the leader and founder of Wagner Group, Prigozhin, has been on the plane and has been killed as a result of the crash. Really hope the Wagner stands chimp out. Man! Talking about the Wagner stands, where the fuck is Grisha? Why is he not posting shit so I can laugh at him? He's being awfully quiet. He's being awfully quiet. Yeah, he has this one. We have Grey Zone, but Grey Zone also seems to be... Oh wait, Grey Zone has new shit? Grey Zone has new shit. What did we see? We saw this one, we didn't see this one. Yeah, Utkin too, man. Yeah, shit, Grey Zone is doing the thing with claiming Prigozhin possibly wasn't the other one. This is what I was scared of. So now we gotta wait. To see where he was. I'm sure if he was on the second one, they're going to be flexing about it really soon. I don't really know, since both of them are private planes by Prigozhin, I don't know how the list of passengers go and shit like that. So I don't know, man. I'm just fucking hoping he wasn't the proper one. Plane just doesn't suddenly fall down like a leaf. If it was malfunction, the plane would have been going down with some speed. Oh, careful with the footage of the wreckage. Yeah, I've seen the bodies, if that's what you are referring to. I've seen the bodies footage, not on stream. I have like a side thing opened. Topson streaming. We're going to Topson to party, guys. We're going to Topson to party, okay? I'm actually bringing beer upstairs. Everyone chill in Topson's chat. I do have to leave relatively soonish, okay? We went through all the breaking news, so you're updated on the situation. Pray the second plane was fucking empty.
Oh my god.
Giving you a link to Topson.
Oh, it was one of those.
Giving you a link to Topson. For those of you who do not know, Topson is a Ukrainian streamer streaming from Ukraine, streaming updates on what's going on in Ukraine daily. So he's fucking great, okay? Amazing streamer. Got banned off Twitch, so we're watching him on Kick. But Skade in full cop mode.
Oh man.
Wait, we're gonna end in a second. I just want to see what's happening. Prigozhin aircraft down? Ukraine failed? What? See, you're apparently banned from talking in Scandinavia. You have been banned from chat. A fucking little bitch. Wait, can I not even see? Can I not even, like, see the chat if I'm banned? Really? I can't even see the chat?
Lie. Is it the speech where he's saying we need to about
This isn't about Prigozhin. I wanted to watch Prigozhin. Who is Brain Time? Oh, who's that? You're banned from Hassan's chat. He was saying he was wrong on February 24th. Shit. What? Who is that? That Nick of Zop on fire. Oh, atheist. Okay, okay, okay. I'm Ukrainian. I like to study science. You can speak in my chat. Ukrainian, Russian, English. Fair. Yeah, we go to him. We go to him. Absolutely. Nice. How to follow the dude. Nice. Thank you for the recommendation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me do this. Yesterday his stream title said Kupiansk was taken by Russia. Man, what? I remember he had a very stupid stream title when Nova Kakhovka was blown up. What was it? I don't remember what it was. We're talking about Skada, right? I don't remember what the title was. But I remember coming to stream at the time, and I was watching Topson, and Topson was like horribly sad about it, of course. And then I look at like the other people streaming, and there's Skade, and his title was fucking ridiculous. Oh, man, I was so angry when I saw it. It was basic mockery of the whole thing. I was pissed off. I was pissed the fuck off. Nice. I did do the raid thing though, so guys, we're doing the raid very, very soon. I just want to tell you thank you for joining. Hope you like the fun facts. Let's go to find news now again. Okay, send thoughts and prayers quickly. Oh. Okay. Okay, nothing says he was on the second plane. Okay. So far we good. Just take care of the second plane. Be very careful about the second plane. I'm so fucking I don't want to say I'm disappointed by the fact the man is maybe alive. I don't even want to say probably. It breaks my heart, okay? But he may be alive, okay? So don't get too fucking hopeful. But we'll have to see. This is still the one about Yeah, this is still the one. At the moment, there is no exact data. Fuck this. See you all tomorrow. Let's go watch our streamers. Let's go celebrate the fact that Prigozhin is gone. I will be seeing you tomorrow, same time as always. Maybe earlier if my stream... yeah, shoot the second plane, fucking based. Call Putin quickly, let him know. See you all. Thank you for being here. I love you very, very much. See ya.